Hello, welcome to McBoss Capital channel. My name is Michael Chu. In this video, we're going to talk about the growth stocks list I follow. This is for the week ending August 8th, 2025. We just finished the video for the market recap. Please watch that if you haven't. But here we're going to show that the IBD signal is back to 80 to 100% allocation. It did suffer a distribution day on Tuesday. It fall in higher volume, but it did for Nasdaq anyway. It did recover, and same as S&P, and went on to book weekly gains. For Dow and Russell, they're a little bit weaker. Again, please watch that video if you haven't. We talk about the mega caps as well. Here we see that at the beginning of the week we have more accumulation in stocks, but by the end of the week we actually see more distribution. They're pretty even, 300 to 300, 290 to 359. On the industry group side, we're seeing very similar action, very even, almost balanced in that sense, like half and half are being accumulated and half being distributed as earnings continue to roll out. On the sector group side, we are not seeing too much accumulation though. Again, this is based on net accumulation minus the net distribution number of stocks. So slightly more negative on technology, retail, industry, health, industrial and health, and then on the commodities, energy, and financial, a little bit positive. So we're going to be looking at two different stock lists. One is from the beginning of April 7th rally since that time, and that's the list that we were using most of the time during this whole rally. With that being said, we are around 34% uptrend right now. So 34% of roughly 372 stocks right here are in uptrend. So there's more skew towards the downtrend. So that's something that is still happening. And then on this side of this table here, we're showing basically growth stocks list for stocks that have reported earnings since near July 14 is when we start looking at this list. So this is a very fresh list. And looking at this list, a lot of stocks are still in downtrend mode even after earnings. They either didn't do well as earnings came out or whatever. But you can see the number actually down to 36% in uptrend. So a lot of them again skews toward the downtrend side. So both of these stock lists are slightly more negative, actually quite a bit more negative. So but we are still seeing stocks in uptrend that are still working. So those are where some of the opportunities lie. So here's the growth stock list since July 14, the performance here. So this is like, for example, ESPR has gained 50% since July 14. This is ranked number 1 right now. This is in an uptrend. And then we have this is in the biotech group in the health side. It hasn't really make a high since July 24th. Therapeutics. It's a really small cap here. 4 million shares, around less than $2. So here's the high, July 24th, and news here that push it up really high here, and then it start to fall back after that move, and then right here we see the earnings came out, and it looks like it start to bounce since then. And then on Friday we found support here near the 10-day moving average right there. So that looks really good. So this is dual therapies to treat low density lipoprotein cholesterol. And here is the earnings starting to turn positive from negative here, and sales are also increasing somewhat here. So it's starting to move. Probably very thinly traded, only 370 million cap market. So we're gonna look at all the healthcare group right here. Just easier to follow that way. ATEC ranked number 4 in uptrend in the medical products group. Here's ATEC Holdings reporting earnings. Look at the earnings are definitely improving from negative to positive here, making nice breakout last week, and this week it looks like it's falling through. So this is Alpha Tech Holdings here. We're in long base. It broke out. Look at how tight it's trading, going sideways as the 10 days slowly coming up. So yes, there might be potential here. That is ALNY Pharmaceutical here, and Again, earnings look pretty positive going forward here. This is RNNI Therapeutics for treatment of diseases with high unmet medical needs. This has moved up really strong after earnings as well. Here's the big gap up, and then it has followed through since. Hasn't really pulled back really much at all. Go also making a move here after earnings. Again, you can see the nice positive earnings guidance going forward. Sales are also pretty strong. This is in commercialized therapeutic for rare diseases. And here's a nice trend line right here that came above the 50-day red line. Lots of volume came in as well on this move. Rank 24, KNSA in an uptrend. MDGL 31 in an uptrend. PNTG, this is making new high, rank 42. So here's Pennant Group in the medical long care group. This is very stable earnings moving forward, and also the sales are also quite stable. It is now bouncing back from the bottom here. So this one made quite a move, 2 days after the earnings. So it's bouncing pretty strong right now. We have ASND, Pharma, and this one is also showing really strong earnings moving forward, and sales are also pretty good. And this one broke out right here on a nice, pretty tight flat base here. And here's the daily chart. It does have a wider range each day, so a little bit more volatile. And even on this bounce here, it is quite volatile. It came down and then before it pulled back and move up. So here's it's quite volatile. You can see intraday, it's quite a lot of movement too. Next we have Enzyme Group, also very stable earnings and sales going forward. This is a big cup and a pretty big pullback here. We have bouncings and now it is making new high on the daily chart. So this looks really good. This earnings momentum continue to go. So we have LMAT here in uptrend. NBO is in downtrend. Hello is uptrend. RMD uptrend. ABT, this is making new high right here. So Abbott Laboratories, this is pretty stable earnings and sales here. It's bouncing back from the lows here after the earnings. This chart is quite choppy though, so might not be easy to trade, but right now it looks really good. You can see the bottom channel line here. First here, temp in the uptrend, UTHR uptrend, PTSG uptrend, and ABBV making new high right now. So looking at ABBV here, earnings are really improving going forward. Sales look good. The charts on the weekly chart is starting to build the right side of the base here. And on the daily chart, yeah, it looks like it's bouncing pretty good right now. It's coming out to new highs, new recent high. Here we see some of the stocks that reported that haven't done well. That includes Pan, HIMS, ZLab here, Lily. Let's look at HIMS. So this is HIMS and hers. After the report on earnings, it really haven't done well, and it continued to come down really hard. It was trying to break out right here, but it couldn't. And now we are below 50 days, so we'll see if we can find support. The last 2 days it didn't really bounce much at all. Next, ranked number 2 in the industrial group, we have MOD. This is in the uptrend in the building AC heating products. There's Modine Manufacturing. Earnings look pretty good for going forward, and also sales are increasing as well. Here's the weekly chart. Really big jump here on earnings, and now it's just holding near that high there. On the daily chart, you can see the gap up and then it followed through. And so far, it's not coming down to the 10-day, which is good. It's just holding near that level here, and we are getting closer to breaking out to new high. On the pollution control, SECO environmental. This has the earnings going forward are really improving, and sales looks okay. Here's the nice breakout on earnings right here. So here's the gap up on the daily chart, and after that it followed through, and so far it hasn't come back to the green line. It's just sitting near the above. So the 10-day has caught up. So we're hoping for a bounce here. The geometry XMTR gap out earnings right here, nice breakout. It is currently pulling back pretty strong. It hasn't make new low on Friday, so that might be a good sign. And the 10-day is slowly coming back up, so we'll see how that reacts as the 10-day comes up. Electrica, this one has been a really strong winner. It reported earnings and continue to go up. It looks a little bit extended right here, but then it pulls back to the 10-day. The 10-day is caught up. Right now it's starting to go again. This is a very strong stuff. It's pulling back slightly, and then we have TC in the building heavy construction. Here's Tutu Perini. This is a newer name on my list. And look like this one again gap up on earnings. It did reverse, but the next day it was able to hold tight. So now we'll see, hope the 10-day hopefully will catch up to it, and then before probably it will bounce again hopefully. Also gap up on earnings. It then pulled back to the 10-day. Look how it never touched the green line, and then since then it's able to ride above the 10-day without touching it. That's quite impressive. This is Kratos Defense, KTOS, in the aerospace defense. This one has a nice breakout on earnings right here. Looks really nice. ECO Security brings also bounced on earnings, and then it followed through really nicely. Here's the 10-day slope right here. A little bit extended, but we'll see. We have growth in the building heavy construction, FSS Security again, NBT Electrical Power Equipment, CENX in the metal prop fabrication, making new high. So here's Century Aluminum. Yeah, it pulled back quite a bit though. So, but it's still overall still positive. This is the 10-day slope. We'll see how it reacts the next few days. Symbolic just near its moving average right now. And then we have SPXC. This is in machinery, general industrial as well. SPX Technologies. This is a nice uptrend. Then it gaps up. It followed through. It did reverse on Friday. So and closed near the bottom of the range. So that's a little bit negative. So 10-day is moving up right now. So we'll see how it tests this 10-day or not. Granite construction GBA. This is a breakout on the earnings right here. Nice trend line. And then it had been falling through 2 days in a row, and definitely a little bit extended right now from the 10-day moving average. Right now, BRT also slightly pulling back here. Looking at the chart, Vertiv Holdings, this one was a strong winner. Then it kind of pulled back here and bounced pretty strong. After the earnings, it kind of pulled back. It hasn't bounced since. It's just stuck right now. Look a little bit bearish, so we'll see what happens next. In the metal fabrication, it is bouncing pretty nice after the earnings, and it just ride the 10-day slope here. Next we have 74 ranking max in the commercial service advertising, ALNT electrical power equipment, XYL machinery tools, MYE containers packaging, CMP utility diversify. All these are still near an uptrend or near the moving average. Jacobs building heavy construction, SPGI, Commercial Service Market Research, CMC, another metal prop and fabrication. We have CSW in slightly downtrend right now, and Rollins making new high in the building maintenance service. Here's the chart, very nice after the break above the earnings gap here, and trying to break out right now. We have ranked number 3 in the technology group, Reddit. Making new high. Here's the daily chart, a nice breakout from here, gap out on earnings, and then it start to move really strong. And right now it is way above the 10-day, and it just looking very sharp, trying to break out right here to the new high. So we'll see what happens next. NATL symbol, NCR Atleos Computer Integrated System. This one is moving really nice on the earnings here, gap up. And then look at the next day, it was able to bounce back right away, so it didn't want to come down to the green line, the 10-day moving average. This is making a new high right now. On the weekly chart, you can see here's a big move right here, and the earnings are looking pretty good going forward, and sales are still in the single digit. ZETA Global Holdings, ZETA, and this is a nice breakout zone here on earnings, and it's pulling back a little bit, but hopefully it can hold above the 10-day here. Then we have ANET also making a nice move here on earnings. This is Arista Network breaking out on earnings right here, very nice pattern, and it's been holding so tight. This is quite amazing. It hasn't wanted to even come down to the 10-day yet. Then we have app and LSCC and PLTR all making new highs right now. Here's app. This is a nice pattern right here. Breakout on earnings, and then it followed through. Looks really sharp. LSCC also breaking out right here on earnings, gap up, falling through very strong right now. Palantir continues its run. This is a gap up on earnings here. It's been falling through 4 days now. The tech group is not that strong. We're seeing lots of downtrends here that has reported, which is not a good sign. But we have RMG still in uptrend, AMD, APF still in downtrend, EXTR in uptrend, Rambus near its moving average short term. Spotify is bouncing back a little bit. So right here it broke the trend line down here, so that looks pretty good. It's now above the 50-day line. Looks really good. We also have MU also now in uptrend. This one also crossed the the red line here, 10-day moving and 50-day moving average, and also the 10-day moving average here. Those two looks pretty good. We have Match here in uptrend, Empower uptrend, CBLT net in downtrend, Google is in uptrend. We covered that in the main video. Duolingo is slightly uptrend right now. So this one has a really crazy move on earnings day. It went up a lot, but look at it right now. It's come all the way back down to its 10-21-day moving average. So yeah, this is pretty crazy move here. So again, we're just seeing lots of stocks not doing so well right now, coming back down. We cover Microsoft, the main market video as well. So worldwide, WWW in the retail sector. This is currently ranked number 6 here. Apparel shoes manufacturing. This one has a nice bounce of again earnings right here. Now it's pulling back slightly, but the 10-day is still far off, so we'll see what happens. Here's the weekly chart making all-time like pretty much new high here, 52-week high. Earnings are pretty stable. Sales are also okay. Here's Vital Farms. Nice breakout here on earnings. Really powerful move here. It followed through as well. So now it looks quite extended. But it's good to watch this and see how it acts as the 10-day start to move up. Next we have RSI, also an uptrend. Glow is still an uptrend. eBay is making new high. Here's the gap out on earnings. Holding really tight right now. Hasn't give up much. The 10-day has caught up quite a bit here. In consumer service education uptrend, Bros also in uptrend, TAL in education service making new recent high. Look at this breakout right here. This is the earnings. It's holding really tight. The 10 days sloping up nicely. Then we have O'Reilly here in uptrend, Dash also in uptrend, MNST making new high in the bearish area. This is a nice breakout right here on earnings. It did pull back though, so right here, here's a 10-day slope. So it still have a way to come back down if it does pull back. Next we have Tesla, in the uptrend right now. We covered that in the main market video. Is making an interesting move. Please watch that. Ring is in downtrend. GPC and PM both within 1% of moving average. ATG and FAST both making new highs right now. Here's ATG also in consumer service education. It's moving right now on the new earnings here. It's just holding at the 50 days, so we'll see if this can continue its rally here. This is Fastenal. This is also bouncing back right now, looking pretty good. We have BFAM in uptrend, TSCO, Netflix, both within 1% of moving average. We covered Netflix in the main market video. RBA is making new high right now. Here is the chart. Looks really good, breaking out right now after earnings. It's falling through as well. Then we have FWRG within 1%. ISG in uptrend. We have SXT also making new high. Here's Sensient Technologies in the food miscellaneous preparation. Earnings was very volatile. After that, it stabilized again and continues uptrend. We're seeing Shark Ninja in downtrend. Melly here. Some of these stocks are still in downtrend right now after earnings. Booking as well. Shaft down here. Some of these stocks have been coming down after earnings. So next group here is financial. Rank 17 is KSPI, making new high in the credit card payment area. Here is Kaspi from Kazakhstan. Nice earnings bounce right here, and then it starts to move pretty strong. Right now it's got up to the 200-day black line here. 10-day moving average looking pretty nice here as well. Then we have FTI in finance investment management, co-op, consumer loans, FOA, mortgage related service here. All those are in uptrend. GL and CBRE just near the short-term moving average right now. SAN is in the bank's money center, making new high. This is a Spain related bank here, bouncing really strong right now. Next we have SCFS in uptrend, UBS in uptrend. Block XYZ is pulling back after making a high here. This is a very ugly reversal on earnings, so yeah, so we'll see what happens next, but this is not looking good right now on block. We have JLL in the uptrend, ECTR making new high right here. This is Victory Capital also reported earnings, bouncing pretty nicely. Then we have TPG here, also in the same finance investment management area. So this one is also bouncing nicely right here, making new high. Then we have FNF in the insurance. This one have earnings smooth. It came down, but it was able to reverse and pretty close to new high here. Then we have in AHR, American Healthcare REIT. This one is making nice new high as well, looking pretty sharp. Then we have NDAC here in rank 91. NASDAQ holding the 10-day line really well here. So we have Charles Schwab and Citigroup both kind of in the downtrend right now. So overall, financials hasn't been doing as well so far since the earnings. So in the last group here, energy commodities group, we have RIG here, rank 32. This is Transocean. They're trying to come out right now after the earnings. Yeah, so we'll see if that happens. Then we have in the silver related area, PAS making new high. This Pan American Silver looking really sharp after the earnings here, falling through as well. GEV is kind of pulling back right now. So here's GEV pulling back slightly. So far it looks okay. But Solar here is near the moving average where Eldorado Gold EGO in uptrend. LPG in the oil and gas transport pipeline. This one also bounced after the earnings. It gapped down, but it was able to come back up. Right now it's looking pretty good. Then we have Rand Gold here also making new high. Here's the nice move right here. It's coming back. It's at the 50-day right now, so that'll be a challenge there. We have AMSD still in uptrend, AGI also in uptrend, and then we have DTM in uptrend, and then a lot of them still in downtrend right now. So overall, I think we're seeing some good picture, but we're still seeing lots of stocks in downtrend. At some point, the market might turn more healthy, but right now it just seems like there's a rolling correction right now. So some stocks are like, if you watch carefully, probably you see a lot, in the downtrend area, like down a lot. I'm talking about like 10, 20, 30% on earnings. So it's definitely not easy in this market. Some of them will, have moved up, but there's also a lot that have moved down. So, and we'll see how things continue to evolve here. And thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoy and like this video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe.